What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Fox News host Tucker Carlson is at it again. This guy here makes a living making outlandish and to say the least controversial comments. Man, this dude here sticking his finger in the water, taking the temperature, and this is what this fool come up with. Man, this guy here on this show last night said that vigilante, the shooter from from Illinois, the state of Illinois, wasn't even from Kenosha, Wisconsin. He was from Illinois. He was coming there to maintain law and order in the streets. Killed two peaceful protesters and wounded another. And here this Bama Tucker Carlson come out on his show and say, "Oh man, he was just trying to maintain order, man. Aren't you guys not surprised that this is what happens when a governor fails to act and the mayor fails to act, the city officials fail to act when there's chaos and confusions going on in these streets? It leaves space for vigilantes to step in and take over and reclaim law and order in these streets." That's basically what Tucker Carlson said, man. This is absolutely outlandish and absolutely over-the-top rhetoric coming from this Bama Tucker Carlson, man. This is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Basically giving this guy a pass, giving this boy a pass. This guy's 17 years old. First of all, he was not even from Kenosha, Wisconsin. He coming from the outside, coming from Springfield, Illinois, if I'm not mistaken, is where Kyle Rittenhouse came from. And he came over there with his gun. He did a video. Did a video before he started the shooting. Did a video, told everybody what he was doing. He said, "I'm here to maintain law and order." It showed up. They did his background on this guy, man. This guy was at a Trump rally, sitting first row, listening to one of Trump's speeches when he was doing, one of his usual rallies that he does. This guy here is a guy that loves Trump, 2020 for Trump, loves guns, has an affinity for guns, and this guy comes from another state, a vigilante, and tries to, what he calls, reclaim law and order in these streets. This is absolutely unbelievable. And this dude, Tucker Carlson, co-signed and said that what he did was justified, basically. Now I already know what's going to happen. If it's not already happened, Fox News is going to come out and say, "Oh, that's not what he meant. He was just saying that, aren't you surprised that this happened when the governor and the mayor fails to act when there's violence going on in these streets with these protesters?" That's basically what they're going to do. They're going to try to clean it up. But the man said what he said. And it's sickening for this guy to say this, man. This guy's been saying a lot of sickening stuff since he had his show on Fox News. This ain't the first time, won't be the last time. It's time for these people to call this guy out, man. Tucker Carlson is what this guy's name is, man. It's absolutely a joke, man. This guy's done. He's done. You done, man. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous, man, for you to make a comment like that, man. This man killed two peaceful protesters. And then a man walked down the street with the gun, and other police officers and other law officials didn't do anything. You had people yelling and say, "Hey, that's the shooter. He just shot somebody," and they didn't do that. Let that be a black man walking up and down that street with a gun around his shoulder and see how long he would have lasted on them streets. He would have been shot on sight. No questions asked. It wouldn't even been the thing about it is the guy, Kyle Rittenhouse, knew he had just shot two people. He had his hands up walking down the street saying, basically was waiting, I guess, to get arrested. He had his hands up, and they didn't do anything. It's kind of funny how symbolic that this guy had his hands up, and that's basically what been a symbol of Black Lives Matter, putting their hands up saying, "Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. I got my hands up. I'm not resisting. I'm not a threat to you." And this guy here just shot two people and wounded another person, had his hands up, and they let him keep on walking down the street. And they didn't even try to arrest him. This is absolutely ridiculous. And these people need to be called out for their ridiculous commentary. And this guy, Tucker Carlson, has been spitting this rhetoric for a long time. It's time he's been called out before. I've been listening to this guy for a while. I've been like, man, this dude here is off the chain with his rhetoric. And this is just the final straw, man. I'm going to be cooking this dude every time he say something crazy, man. You just look for a video, and it's going to actually, and it's going to come out, and I'm going to address him. Man. This is absolutely ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all stemmed for the shooting of Jacob Blake, shot 7 times in the back. When he was walking to his driver's side of his car. Instead of, they had 2 officers on the scene. Why didn't they just grab him and tackle him? and bring him to the ground and get his hands behind his back and arrest him. Nah, they don't want to do that. Let's shoot us 7 times in the back, in an execution style attempted murder, and let's just kill this guy. We're gonna be the judge, the jury, and the executioner, and that's what this cop did. This is absolutely ridiculous. And this other guy, this vigilante, this guy comes down and walks down the street, and he starts shooting peaceful protesters twice, killed 2, and shoot a third one and wounded that person. And Tucker Carlson is propping this guy up as a hero. This guy here is doing what the mayor and the governor failed to do. This guy is a hero. This guy is maintaining law and order. See, that's the rhetoric that people like Tucker Carlson have been preaching on their show for a long time, backed by the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Law and order, law and order. People take heed to those words that Donald Trump says, and they go out on these streets and they enact on these words. They say, it was the President of the United States said that we need to dominate these streets. Shortly after the protesters started, after the death of George Floyd, when they protested and got real close to the White House, and they ran Donald Trump, his wife, and his son into the bunker. Donald Trump has been on a mission to take out protesters ever since then. I'm going to call it like I see it, man. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. You hear me? You feel me? I'm not sugarcoating nothing. We sick and tired of being sick and tired. And people like Tucker Carlson, Donald Trump, people like that don't want to look at the real issue. Police brutality to people of color been going on for too long. Whether it's Rodney King back in 91, and those officers got off scot-free. Trayvon Martin got shot and killed, and the guy that killed him was found innocent in a court of law. It's systematic racism in the criminal justice system that need to be reformed. Police departments need to be overhauled. You want to say defund? That sound too bad for you? Let's just say overhauled. The money needs to be put to better uses. Instead of a cop showing up on the scene of a domestic dispute, let's have a social worker show up on the scene for a domestic dispute. Somebody that has a expertise in that field and can calm things down. Lower the flames. Put water on that fire instead of having a police officer come over there and put gasoline on that fire, and it could possibly end up deadly. You know what I'm saying? It's time and time again, these things have been happening, and it's time for people to speak out on this thing, and that's what these people are doing. And I'm proud that the NBA canceled their games yesterday to send a message that we're sick and tired of this thing that's going on in our community. Now, as I heard earlier today, the NBA is saying that they're going to play. They're going to resume playing. Hopefully they got some concessions from them owners, because the owners are the ones that got them deep pockets that are funding a lot of these, that are donating to a lot of these politicians' campaign. They can enact change. They can force change. And hopefully they got some of these owners, if not all of these owners, to do just that. To use their power, use their influence to make changes, to put this pressure on these politicians to enact legislations that are finally going to hold these people responsible, hold these people to a higher standard, and reform the systematic racism in the criminal system. Reform the systematic race system in the criminal justice system. You know what I'm saying? This stuff has been going on for too long, for too many years, man. Just look at all the people that we've lost when they had interaction with corrupt police. Sandra Bland, Eric Gardner, Rashard Brooks, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Mike Brown. It's been going on for too long. Trayvon Martin, it's been going on for too long, man. And we sick and tired of stuff not getting done. People just giving us lip service, saying what they're going to do, say what sounds good. But when it gets down to pushing out policies that's going to actually make a difference, they're nowhere to be found. The actions are nowhere to be found. Let me know what you think in the comment section about Tucker Carlson. Once again, opening his pie hole and saying some ignorant, stupid stuff, saying that he justified what that vigilante Kyle Rittenhouse did when he shot those 2 peaceful protesters without cars and wounded another peaceful protester. He's saying that he had, we should be surprised that somebody did this to maintain order. They ain't maintain no order. They just created more problems, more situations for the Kenosha Police Department. because they got to answer a lot of questions. Because why you let this guy walk up down the street doing a video before he did shoot those 3 people? He did a video and you didn't do anything about it. People, witnesses that saw him shoot those 2 peaceful protesters, my bad, the 3 peaceful protesters told you he was the shooter. You failed to act. You failed to do anything. Reason why? Because he's a white guy. If that had been a black man, he would have been shot on sight, like I said earlier in this video. And it's a damn shame. It's time that we be treated equally and fairly. That's all we're asking for, equally and fairly. That's why we say Black Lives Matter. We're not just saying that other lives don't matter. We're saying black lives should matter just like white lives matter. We should be treated equally and fairly. Let me know what you think in the comment section about Tucker Carlson, a.k.a. Tucker Tone Deaf Carlson, out here making wild and ignorant statements on his daily show. And I had to address him and check him on that situation that he did last night with those comments. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. Stay woke.